Well, hello and welcome back. And guess what? We're on the Kato Paphos promenade and we're going to storm it the right way. But before we do, I am going to introduce you to the most beautiful woman in the world. And her name is Miss Ochin Gracilia Leboeuf.
Hello, everybody. How nice to see you again and again.
And again. Stick with us. We're going to storm the Kato Paphos promenade and we'd like you to come with us. Before we start, have a look at that for a view. Absolutely spectacular. The sea is blue, the sky is blue. I'm dressed head to toe in blue. All that's missing is
you. Of course, you.
So get yourself on a big bird or on a canoe and start paddling like crazy. Paphos is waiting for you. This is known as the Banya restaurant, which translated means bath. And it literally is situated right on the seaside, on the seafront, and it's a very, very good place to be. Now, on this side of the road, you've got various shops, starting off with an ice cream parlour, a coffee shop, a jewellery shop, an opticians. You've got a shop selling clothes and those bits and bobs. Stick with us as we wander around in downtown Kato Paphos and we share with you some of the beauty and the spectacality of the area. Coming up here on the right hand side is the Chloe's restaurant, a very, very busy Chinese restaurant indeed. Have a look at that. And then next door to that is the Ocean restaurant. That's one of the Gumbarus there. He'll invite you in, and if you're lucky you might get a tipple of a free drink if you have a nice dinner with them. And they make very, very good food indeed, as one of our superstar subscribers keeps telling us. Mr. Stewart, you were right. We've been there at least 3 nights and it was absolutely excellent. The pork chop was to die for. Gracilia?
That restaurant, Chloe, by the way, the Chinese restaurant, it's so tasty there, especially the spring rolls and crispy duck is to die for.
There we go. Straight from Gracilia Leboeuf's mouth. It was to die for. Now, just over here is the municipality bathing, baths, changing area. We'll have a quick look and share with you what's going on. So if you want to come down to the plage, you've got some changing rooms over here. You get changed, get washed, store your valuables, and then you can go out into that blue Mediterranean Sea. And there are plenty of little piers that allow you to transcend into the beautiful, beautiful blue Mediterranean Sea without cutting your little feetie. You see your booth? Let's follow that rear end. There we go.
Yeah. By the way, it started to be very, very live because it's a favorite place for children to come and a favorite place for adults.
Yeah, it's a very, very popular place indeed in downtown Kato Paphos. Stick with us. We are going to storm the rest of the promenade area. There's the Paphos diamond shop. Luckily for me, it's closed. You've got a kiosk on the end. You've got what used to be McDonald's many, many years ago. Then it became a fish and chip shop. And then it closed, never for anything to ever reopen again, which is a shame because it's a little bit of an eyesore on the promenade and a great, great location. Have a look at that. And then next door to that is the Ideal Cafe Snack Bar. It's half full at this time of night and it's going to ramp on up, and I can promise you by about 7:30 it will be packed to the rafters. There's a little fishing boy over there. His name is Yotis, is that right? My pronunciation is Sherlock Holmes, obviously. But there's a little fisher boy that was put up as a statue, and he is commemorating his fish as he brings it in from the blue Mediterranean Sea. Gracilia Leboeuf?
That boy and me could be looking very, very nice together.
She's going to run off with him one of these days, that is for sure. Now, I've noticed today that for some reason Ochin Gracilia Leboeuf is going to the left-hand side, and she should be on the right-hand side.
By the way, have you seen that parasailing? How far it's gone from the air? It's nearly on the horizon?
Well, it's not actually that far, Gracilia. What it is, that the coastline curves around, so you think it's that far. That is the... I have to think about which one it is now from the colour. Yes, that's the yellow one. So that means Captain Savas is in the boat. There's 2 people with their legs dangling down, and that means that that is Paphos Sea Cruises and boat trips, and it's based to the rear of the Almira Hotel.
And you know something else? I have never seen this anywhere else in the world. I've never been to many places, but
it's in most seaside towns.
But I mean, the moon forgot to go home at night.
Hold on a second. She's referring to the moon up there, and if you can see it, I can just make it out. It does appear that the moon forgot to go home. It likes Paphos so much that it's staying here now 24 hours a day. It's trying to outshine the... excuse my English because she's telling me. It's trying to outshine the sun, which is just up there, and it's getting ready to start on its descent out to downtown Kato, Australia. But don't worry, at about 6:10, 6:15 in the morning, it will come rushing back and it will glisten over downtown Paphos for the rest of that day. You see it?
But how strange, I have never seen the moon never goes home. The moon stays forever.
I think she's confusing her English. Never mind, it doesn't matter. Right, we've got the beautiful, beautiful blue Mediterranean Sea. The little fishing boat out there. Have a look at that. What better place to come and have a little stroll? What better place to come for a little holiday? Whether it's a weekend, it's not that far, a week, a fortnight, or even the rest of your life. Get yourself on that big bird or in that canoe and paddle like crazy. Paphos awaits you.
Are you fancy of pancakes, by the way, with a cheesecake ice cream?
That means we're going to end up in the Delamo cafeteria, restaurant, bistro, ice cream parlour in the harbour. And if you are looking for us, that's where you'll find us most evenings from 8 o'clock and beyond. They are our chosen restaurant in the harbour, not because we get free, we do pay, but it suits our circumstances and it suits our vibe, and they treat us very, very well indeed. And normally they have a table reserved for us, which is nice, and we get great service. But everyone else who goes there gets great service as well. This is the Kato Paphos promenade Midpoint. There's the little beach area, as we call it. As we come round, you have the Maya Blanco Cafe Bistro, a very busy place indeed. Quite a big bar, cafe, restaurant, taverna. There's confusion over what things are called in Cyprus. Some call them bars, some call them restaurants, tavernas, cafes. You get the idea. Somewhere we can get a drink, a coffee, or somewhere to eat. And as you can see, it's pretty busy, that is for sure. Rosivia?
It's going to be more busy and busy because now these times it's the holidays started in Cyprus. So 2 weeks before, after the first week of August, and another 2 weeks is going to be very busy. The Paphos leavers will go to Nicosia, and the Nicosia people will come here, and it's going to be like this.
I think you find that most people just come to Paphos. There we go. Paphos is the greatest place in the world.
But it's not the sea.
No, there's not a lot going on in Nicosia. Not trying to insult Nicosia. All it's really got is a man in a suit that's too big for him, and he's the president, but not for much longer. Anyway, there we go. Let's have a look at the blue Mediterranean Sea, because it's a beautiful blue tonight, and the sky is melding with it. And we're going to go and have a look in the harbour, and we're going to get a nice sunset. So don't forget to come back a bit later. And that's
Have you
Cecilia.
seen this nice doggy?
There he is. Nice little doggy going for a walk. There he is. He's off on his travels.
Yes.
There we are. He's a nice dog. He's taking you for the walk. There he is. Lovely. Thank you. Cecilia?
You know, when I see doggies, I can't help myself not to say anything. But for me, all the doggies are beautiful, and all the cats. But most of all, I like dogs, to be honest.
Yep. And if I'm lucky, well, we'll get a doggy tonight. That's for sure. Not a lot of people will pick up on what I say, but if you listen very carefully, you'll understand what I say. Anyway, Kato Paphos Harbour is just over there. There's some big boats, some small boats, some fishing boats, some cruising boats, and there's even 2 big dark grey blacky boats which patrol at night. And if they catch you doing something naughty, well, they're going to beat you, and they may even shoot you. Now, here we go, Captain's Bistro, and then they've got the Captain's View Cafe Restaurant upstairs, and it does have a view to die for, because of course it is that view. And then next door to that, you've got the Blue Memories gift shop, which you can buy sunglasses, hats, gifts for all the family, that sort of thing. And then we come to the Moorings Cafe Restaurant. On the next parade of shops, there's an ice cream parlour next to that. And then, of course, Miss Izzy and Mr. Allen's favourite place in the whole of Paphos. And that is the English Rose Cafeteria. There it is. And they often were coming down there for their lunch. So don't forget, when you come back, we're going to hunt you down next year. And we'll have a lunch with you, that's for sure. First person on a travel of the Gumbarus is the Rastafarian. There she is, and she's braiding the life out of people as usual. Always got a cue. She's a very good braider with a nice smile, and well, you'll always go away feeling that you've had the life braided out of you. That's for sure. Receive
Mr.
Polis has just arrived.
Yeah. Wow.
There he is. That's Mr. Polis just arriving. He's setting himself up. This is the man that does the temporary tattoos, or some people call them fake tattoos. So we'll wait for him to set up.
Getting ready.
He's getting ready.
He's
Getting ready to make a little bit of money. What he does is put temporary tattoos on you, from something like a little rose all the way up to a work of art. Between 10 and 25 euros is what he's going to charge you, and it lasts between 10 and 14 days, and he's a superstar, and he speaks very good English. There he is.
I think we should leave him.
We'll leave him to set up. We'll see you later, Mr. Polis.
Bye.
So Mr. Polis is his name, and he's a very, very nice guy, very friendly guy. Speaks, as you understand, perfect English. Possibly better English than me. Someone else who speaks better English than me is her.
Of course, it's me.
How many other languages do you speak, Gusivi Alibu?
7.
7. There we go. There we are. So, highly educated. Much more educated than me. Now, we're going to sneak up on these two gambarus. There we are. We have the beautiful Katerina. There she is.
Hello.
Hello. And then, the not so beautiful, but a superstar, Mr. Konstantinos. There he is. You all right? Yeah? There we are. The superstar. What does he do? Come and have a look. What he does, he puts your name on a grain of rice. That's what he does. And we've got this new picture of it being blown up, so you can actually read it that little bit easier. So there we go. A minute piece of rice with the name Kathy on it, and a heart and a little rose in it. Friends. So you get the idea. It can be for your dog, your cat, your auntie, your uncle, your grandchildren, whoever. You put your name. Choose the shape of the little vial you want it to go into. Choose the sand. Choose maybe a rose. Choose a different coloured bracelets. Cross his palm with €8. He makes it, and that money then goes to her. There we go. It's very simple. There to there. It's very simple. There to there. It's a very, very simple relationship. He works very, very hard, and he has no money whatsoever because she's got it all. Yes, there we are. See? Look at that. Look at that. Live on camera, the greatest pickpocket in the world, and her name is Miss Katerina. Thanks very much. Let's keep going. We've got a lot of gumbarus to share with you tonight. The next one on our travels is known as Jenny the Best, possibly the greatest hair braider in the whole of downtown Kato Paphos. Hi Jenny, you all right? Busy as usual? There we are. Gives you an idea of what she does. You choose the twine, have a rummage in there. There's letters and all sorts of things, different colour beads. You choose them, cross her palm with a bit of money, and she braids you. It's that simple. Stick with us. Let's keep going. The next gumbaru is Mr. Chris. He's taking his shirt off. He's taking, that's a nice hat. That's a nice hat. It's a brand new hat. I like the colour. I do like it. I like a bit of blue, me. No. You keep it. I'll have it next week. This one was quite new, so I'll have that one next week. What does he do? Mediterranean sea sponges in all sorts of varying sizes, from the small ones which are running out, Mr. Chris, whether you've noticed.
Maybe next week.
Next week. He's got some new stock coming. Some bigger ones in different colours, some more funny shaped ones, some bigger ones. You need some more of these as well. These are the ones that can really cut you to bits if you are very, very dirty. He's also got an array of gifts, from big shells to small shells, cheap shells, expensive shells. Where's all the Antigua things gone? They've all sold.
They're gone.
They're all gone. They're all gone. Receive la bouffe. Are you going to listen to a shell? Which one are you going to choose tonight?
The biggest, of course.
The biggest, of course.
This
There
one.
we go. Let's have a look. Is it loud? Yeah.
It's like when you go to toilet and then flush the water, and afterwards the noise is very similar.
So there's a big echo coming in, that's for sure. Anyway, Mr. Chris has a son, and his son's name is Mr. Mike. Although that is the rear end of Gracevia LaBouffe, who is blocking Mr. Mike's banner. There we go. But it was a very nice, it was a very nice rear end, and I'm sure Mr. Mike wouldn't mind. Into the Blue is his diving centre, and he's on TripAdvisor. He's partly registered, obviously. He's on Facebook, and his telephone number, if you're outside Cyprus, 00357, and if you're inside Cyprus, you only need to dial 96218976. Very, very experienced driver. He's got my English again. Very, very experienced diver, and whether you are a novice or a professional, you give Mr. Mike a call, and you're going to have a great, great day out. That's for sure. Thanks, Mr. Chris. I'll have that hat next week. Right, next man, waiting his turn. Look at you, waiting patiently. Look at that. Mr. Hector, the greatest artist in the whole of the downtown Kato Paphos. That's without question. He does portraits, even of dogs, cats if you want, and he does character chores as well. And if you want one, pop down and see him. He's normally quite busy as it gets a bit later, so if you want to get one done, get down early, correct? Get down early, because otherwise he'll be too busy, because he can only do about one every 20 to 30 minutes, and normally he does a couple of hundred every night, correct? Use this stuff. Thank you very much. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you, Mr. Hector, an absolute star and a great, great artist, that is for sure. So, the next girl hasn't taken up her operation yet because it must be too early. Never mind.
They just arrived.
Yep, we're catching them as they set up. We are that little bit earlier today. Again, a very, very good braider, Miss Leila. There we are. There's the dog. He's having a little bit of a drive around. Look at him. There we are. Absolute star. Stick with us as we get to the end of the Kato Paphos promenade, and it's time for a very, very big goodbye. We'll see you in the booth. Let's show the view into the harbour area. Have a look at that.
We would like to thank you many, many times for watching us, and we would like to tell you that we are waiting for you all to come down to meet us and to have a happy time together. We're loving you to this. Come to see another our madnesses.
What's left for me to say is thanks for watching. If you like what you see, hit the like, click subscribe, and please come back for a little bit more of our madness. I'll leave you with the view.